Hey guys, Firebird JP. I'm coming back at you again with another gas mask video. Now, this mask is without a doubt one of my personal favorites in my entire collection. What I have here is the French A.F.M.34 Navy gas mask. Now, this gas mask was actually made in the early 30s, late 30s, and was used by the French Navy. So I'm just going to give you a really quick 360 and we'll get into details about this mask because I actually have a lot to say about this one. Surprisingly, for how incomplete it is, I do have a lot to say. Okay, so let's get down to the details. We got the eye lenses here. Got a little groove for your nose. The voice emitter down here. On the very bottom down here, we got the exhale valve. I'll get into more detail about that one though. Show you a little bit better detail. Now, as you notice, this mask looks very, very different from pretty much any other gas mask you see. It's shiny, and it's not rubber, obviously. This is actually made out of 100% steel. This entire face piece made out of steel, except for the face seal over here. But the entire face piece itself, steel. Now, this is without a doubt probably the oddest thing the oddest material to use for a gas mask. This mask, it's heavy. It probably weighs about 3 or 4 pounds, and that's pretty fucking heavy for a gas mask, at least. Well, let's get into a little bit more details and I'll explain a little bit more on the history and all that stuff. Got a neck strap here. For 30s, neck straps are alright. You guys know how much I don't like those. We got the face seal here. Appears to be made out of leather, because on the inside you could tell from the color here, this is leather too, so get into that. Got the straps, the head harness here. This head harness is really goofy because, as you notice, like a lot of straps are shorter than the others, and you can't really adjust them, so it's just so oddly designed. It almost seems very rushed. But it's elastic here, and there's actually springs in here. They're still actually still very springy, I guess. That's a good word for it. They still move around, they still stretch, and they still retract. Now, the pad is really interesting. This is also made out of leather here. It's a little warped and contorted due to poor storage. One of the straps right here is broken. As you notice, there is supposed to be a little latch. It's right there. On this one, it's missing. Don't know what could have happened to it, but you know what? It displays nice, so I really am not too worried about it. But the head harness is really interesting because of this big clip right here. Now, right on top of here, there's actually supposed to be a hose that would go above the head, and then the filter, which I have right here, would actually attach to the bottom, just like that. So just imagine a hose going across top of the head. I have thought about cutting up an old Russian hose, old Russian black hose, the rubber ones, and just making a makeshift hose, just so I can get an idea of what it looked like, because it would be an absolute crime to cut up a French hose if I ever came across one. So I'm not going to. So a hose would come across above the head, filter would latch here. But also there was a helmet. If I could ever find a 1930 French helmet, I'm going to buy one for sure. Put the helmet on, hose would go above the helmet, filter would latch on back here. It's actually, when you look at it the complete way, it is without a doubt the most badass looking thing ever. It's fucking sweet. So, here's the details. There's some markings on here. It says GT right here. I'm not 100% too sure on what that might stand for. It might be a size, but who knows. There's actually no date on here from what I could find. So I'm not exactly too sure on when this was made. Well, you know, let's look on the filter, see if there's anything on here. 36, 35. So it's probably made, this filter, either 35 or 36. It's pretty close. Don't really. So, I mean, late 30s, mid 30s. Seems fair. Alright, let's get on to the inside and I can show you a little bit more of this mask. Alright, let's take a look on the inside here. There's a strap right here that goes across to the bottom of it. That's most likely a chin strap. Detail on the exhale valve right there. Voice emitter right there. Got the leather peripheral seal around it, which is actually, you know, I haven't seen a whole lot of peripheral seals on masks from the 30s or anything around this era. So this is actually kind of advanced when you think about it. Got the eye lenses there. I apologize for the mask hitting the tripod. This setup I got going is a little crammed. I'm trying to work on getting a better one. Get a detail on the exhale valve here. Metal grate right here. No part of this mask really comes apart, so I can't dissect it and look inside of it. But yeah, like I said, this mask probably weighs about a good 3 or 4 pounds. It's pretty heavy. I mean, this is steel. This is hard. This is, I don't know. It just seems really odd because, you know, the Navy, they're usually around water, so it's very damp environment. So I don't think, it's just a steel mask. That seems really odd. I think it would rust really easily. I mean, there's not a whole lot of rusting. There's a couple rust marks right here, but it's mostly just the paint chipping away, or the protective coating chipping away at it. It's not a whole lot of damage done to this mask. It's actually in really good shape for its age. But this mask, surprisingly, was also made for civilians. The civilian version is actually pretty much, it is the same exact thing, but I think it was a gray color. Now, they just made it, instead of a dark gray, it was a light gray. They just used different colors to kind of decipher between civilian and the military, or the Navy. So, now, this was most likely France's, you know, attempt at an obstacle mask, because you notice it's flat right here. So, you know, I can imagine someone using, like, the viewfinder on a submarine or a pair of binoculars. This would actually work very well for it. But for field use, this mask is very, very impractical. Because of the hose, it's very exposed. Someone could easily just shoot that and break the hose right in half, and, you know, you're pretty much fucked. The leather seal, that's also another inconvenience. I mean, it's actually pretty nice. It's just, it's so open that someone else, you know, this can easily be torn. And the head harness, without doubt, is really impractical. The straps are really odd. It wasn't designed very well, to be honest. But, you know, this mask actually, it's a pretty good design when you think about it. I mean, the whole idea of a metal face piece, it just seems weird. But this thing is fucking bulletproof. The filter is actually pretty light. Don't see a whole lot of problems with this filter. It's just that it's missing the, oh, hello, what is this? Okay, I guess this was actually the adapter for the hose. So, I still got the adapter, so I can actually make some little makeshift hose out of this. Might have to look into that. It's just a Russian hose. It's not a crime to cut one of those up. There are millions in them. So I don't want anyone whining if I do. So, that's the French A.F.M.34. I would wear this mask. I put it on once. It smells really funny. It actually almost smells like rotten candy. So I'm not going to put this on again. Just showing you guys this really, really fucking cool piece. So that is the French A.F.M.34. I got this mask off of eBay UK. Talked to the guy. He was really nice to me. He said he wouldn't ship to the U.S. in the auction, but I talked to him and I convinced him to ship to the U.S. and he actually charged me a very fair price for it. So the total after shipping for this mask was about $120. Worth every goddamn penny. Like, this thing is fucking sweet. This is the most badass French mask I have, and I don't have a whole lot of French masks, so this trumps pretty much any French mask I own. So if you already ever get one of these, definitely recommend it. They are really fucking cool, so worth the money. I just want to go, and you know, to be honest, these are actually kind of hard to find. These are actually pretty scarce. Lately I've seen a couple on eBay, but collectors I know have snatched them already because they are so desirable and they are pretty rare. So if you ever get the chance, definitely look into getting one. It's a really cool 1930s piece if you want something a little bit later, or you want something from France that's pretty uncommon, that's not the AMP or the C38. This would definitely be the one to get. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. So I guess I'll keep you guys updated. I don't know when I'll be getting any new masks anytime soon. I do have one. I just ordered it not that long ago. It should be here in about 2 weeks. It's shipping from overseas, so it'll take a while. So guess that's all I got for you right now, YouTube. So peace out, keep collecting, and have a good one. Firebird JP signing out.